This chapter is made of the Chinese characters for ground and positioning, translated literally as field position. But another title that brings out the nature of this chapter is Situation Formation. This title unveils some of the subtler meanings of the phrases later in the chapter. But either way you call it, the hidden idea behind every stanza in this chapter is evaluating our opportunities, which follows up the last chapter by exploring the ground with a series of positions. Well, in this chapter, that process we have to make decisions about alternate opportunities. In modern terms, every time we make an action, we are moving to a different position. Expressing our opinion, submitting a proposal, suggesting ideas, and so on are very common ways we do so. It's the ground that we put ourselves on that we defend. As expressed in previous chapters, our ability to move to new positions depends on our current position and our abilities to meet opportunities. Positions are stepping stones to future positions, but when we look at our options, we must evaluate its effect on us now and in the future. Some positions can help us move forward and some help us defend. We just can't control the nature of our opportunities, but we can pick the right ones. These opportunities are judged in 3 dimensions: barriers, area, and holding power. Some opportunities are rough in that they contain barriers to enter those positions. These opportunities are like becoming a doctor, which requires a campaign of going to college to get around these barriers. Once you hold these positions, they're defendable. On the other end, positions can be smooth. These positions are easy to get into, but they're also for competitors to get into as well. Jobs like this are, like in fast food. Then on the next dimension, which is area, you have opportunities that can be narrow. These are defendable and concentrate your resources at a focused and small area. On the other hand, spread out opportunities spread your resources over a larger area. These opportunities are not very defendable and leave many openings for attack. The last dimension, holding power, we can have sticky opportunities that keep us stuck from moving out of these positions. But if you get stuck in good positions, that's not necessarily a bad thing. For example, take the Coke Company. They found out in the 1980s that classic Coke was as good as it gets. While new Coke beat Pepsi in blind taste tests, you'll see it was a market disaster. If you look at drink machines and such today, you'll often see the phrase, classic Coke. On the other hand, other opportunities are more slippery, where moving from these positions are easy. The problem is in that these positions, once you move from them, you can't go back. In these positions, you have to be as sure as you can that you want to leave and where you're going is going to support you before you make your move. It's like in rock climbing, where we may find that the only good footing we can get, we'll have to jump to. If our new footing there turns out to be weak and it'll break, we can't jump back to where we were. These 6 benchmarks are just that. No opportunity is completely one or the other, and over time, the nature of these positions can change from one end of the spectrum to the other. But the usefulness in knowing these 6 extremes is that they help us compare our options all at once. The Warriors Rulebook in Sosie's website has an article devoted to this concept and explains how we can map out our opportunities and quickly compare which ones are for us. Since our position arises from our capabilities, the topic changes from the environment to our organizations and how our organization fit on certain types of ground. Some opportunities can literally spell disaster for us because our organizations aren't suited for them. This comes from the conditions of our organizations, but these conditions come from the weaknesses in leaders. Going back to Chapter 8's lecture on character excesses, we see here that weakness in character opens us up for certain kinds of attack and opportunities that we are fit and not fit for. The Warriors Rulebook 4.5 through 4.7 explains all these concepts in great detail, but still keeps it simple. And the Facebook page, Mr. Balderdash, explains these 5 types of attack. In the end, this chapter talks about victory in terms of field position.